Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be continuing our underrated Pokemon series where we take a Pokemon that is underrated, team build around them, and then try it out in games to figure out if there actually is something there or if it is indeed as bad as everybody says it is. Today we are featuring Barraskewda, and Barraskewda is a very interesting Pokemon because it has a really busted ability in Propeller Tail. That means your moves cannot be redirected by any effect. So whether that's Storm Drain, whether that's Lightning Rod, or just the more standard to Follow Me, the Rage Powders. None of that stuff is redirecting these Barraskewda attacks. And I think there's a very small niche here for Barraskewda to perform well. Now, I'm not sure on item yet. I'll get to the item when I run the calcs. I believe it's going to need to be a boosting item like a Life Orb, so I will put the Life Orb in now. But the concept here is there's a lot of those Dragapults, there's a lot of that King Gambits besides the Magmars right now, and I think Barraskewda can technically handle that in a very unique way, because if they put Magmar beside Dragapult, first of all, Liquidation, because it's just the best water move we have. If they put it beside Dragapult, I think there's a chance that Ice Fang gets that KO. I don't know if I necessarily want to settle in on that, but we're definitely going Stellar. We're 100% going close combat for King Gambit stuff. And the real question is does Ice Fang kill? If Ice Fang kills Dragapult, I will 100% go Ice Fang, and then I'll just go Protect. Poison Jab is cute. We get Scale Shot, which is also kind of funny. Not that I think we need it, but it could technically maybe be capable of killing the Sneaslers, which is cool. But I think as a whole right now, I'm okay just putting a Protect on this Barraskewda in this last move slot here. It's basically Liquidation, Close Combat, Tech move. What Tech move I want to go for right now, I'm not certain. We're going to go Protect for right now. I'll get into the spreads later. But we have a really nice speed stat here, where if we go Jolly, we can outpace all of the Adamant Dragapults, which tends to be where they are on that bigger team. So, on that more common team, I should say, with the Magmar, Dragapult, King Gambit stuff. But that's an option. And now, like I said, I really want something for Rillaboom. Not why is it if I spell Magmar wrong, Magby comes up, but if I but Magmar doesn't. It's the same Pokemon. What's up with that? Anyways, I really wanted something for Rillaboom. I really wanted a redirection of my own here, just to keep attacks away from Barraskewda, because I think in a format like this, it's very important for your big pieces to just do work and be able to do work, and they can't do work if they're getting hit constantly. I also want to go Terra Fairy Magmar. It helps cover the Jolly Dragapults a little bit better. I also feel like Barraskewda probably doesn't even want Ice Fang, because you can probably just put King Gambit here, and then that's your. Why are we just building the team but with a Barraskewda instead of Dragapult? What's going on here? Anyways, no, but I do like King Gambit on this concept, right? And then like my own Rillaboom is probably pretty good as well, right? Like I'm just building that common team, which is a little odd and not the direction I necessarily wanted to go. But I think as a whole, like it should be okay here. Like the Magmar Rillaboom King Gambit is just great on its own. Barraskewda covers some decent things. Do you get like Thunderfang? Can I like beat Pelipper? Can I like beat Pelipper? This is what I want to know, because I don't know how we beat Rain with this right now. I don't think you do, right? Yeah, you don't. Okay, well, we can't beat Pelipper. Let's find a way to do that. I guess I could go like Electabuzz instead of Magmar, and that helps out versus Rain in a fair amount. But let's see. What would be Barraskewda? Like, obviously, Rillaboom is very good into the Skewda mode, but now I need something that's great into the Archaludon mode. I already have a fighting type. I guess a ground type, but like there's no real like amazing ground types in the format right now, and that's what I'm a little concerned about. I wonder if I can get away with Barraskewda Whimsicott instead of Magmar Rillaboom. That doesn't help me though. So like there's no good ground types, right? Like I mean, you got Garchomp and then the Bears, and I think that's it. I mean, like, Crocodile's funny, but, like, I feel like that's a whole separate video. Same with, like, Swampert. I feel like that's just a separate video. Like, is Swampert good in this format? Maybe. But, like, I definitely don't think it's on a team with Barraskewda, that's for sure. Right? Like, I feel like there could maybe be something here. Palossand is interesting. Probably, once again, it's just bad in probably one of these videos. I guess like Gastrodon, because I can't get redirected by my own Storm Drain because I have Propeller Tail. Does that work? Is that a cook? I don't think that's a cook. I really do just need something for. Okay, let's go back here for a second. Let's go back here for a second. Barraskewda Magmar. Can I make this a Garchomp angle? Because Garchomp's kind of like the ground type of choice right now for myself. I don't know. Everything else doesn't feel like as great as Garchomp does. So maybe it is supposed to be Garchomp. I guess Overheat from Magmar actually does damage. Let's see. How do I beat Archalon? I guess ground. It's ground or fighting. I could just put my own Sneasler here. And then I just have the damage output. Yeah. You know what? I'll put my own Sneasler there. Then I have at least consistent fighting coverage from a Sneasler. I have good fake out pressure. I have a good Pokemon all around. And I'm okay with that. I will go back to the King Gambit. But I think we're going to go ahead and say we don't necessarily need... Actually, I could go drop Magmar for a Mungus and put... Like, go Mungus and then have, like, a priority blocker to some extent here as well beside Barraskewda. But I feel like that's, like... Then I need two pieces beside Barraskewda to deal with Rillaboom effectively. And that just doesn't make sense to me, where I can have Magmar and just deal with it with one. I also just scare Rillaboom. Nobody wants to bring Rillaboom versus these guys. So, that's an option there. I like this concept. This is a cool little cook. Like I said, technically, like, the way this normally closes out is, like, your own Dragapult and a Rillaboom, right? Like, maybe, you know, you throw the Rillaboom in here because of the Barraskewda, but I don't really want to close it out that same way because, like, I'm trying to be creative here, but that team is just so good right now. It's just so consistently strong. But I definitely need a grass type. So if we need a grass type, what do we got going here? It's just Rillaboom, isn't it? Like, as much as I hate to say that it's just Rillaboom, it might just be Rillaboom. Unless I go Amoonguss and then just say find something else over here. Which I might do, but in terms of what else is out there, I mean, Meowscarada is kind of an option, but like the most consistent thing here is going to be Rillaboom. Actually, can I go Sinistra? And then I'd have like... But that's a second redirect. Do I need redirection on this piece, though? If I just have Magmar for my redirection? I don't know. Sinistar Magmar seems like not it. But it could be cool. Serena's interesting, actually. Because then I have priority block. Is that worth it, though? Like, does that do enough? I mean, I get stuff like Triple Axle and cool things like that. Yeah, this is somewhat okay. I have a Water, Fire, Grass, yeah. I guess I need like a dragon. There's no reason to not have a dragon in this format. Is it Dragapult? It might just be my own Dragapult. Like I said, I have the priority block, so going fast is crazy. The only thing I don't have now is speed control if I go Dragapult. Which, do I necessarily need speed control? I probably should have speed control, right? Like... Well, like, any dragon that I put isn't really providing me with that. I guess I could go, like, Hydreigon, like, Assault Vest Hydreigon, but then that's not speed control. But then I would drop King Gambit for a speed control. Like, can I do this? Like, what's a Tailwind setter now? This was a lot better 2 seconds ago. I could still go Pelipper as, like, Tailwind as a decent option here in general. Rabombi's kind of funny. Probably not good, but it's kind of funny. I guess Salamence is a thing and just double Dragon up. I don't hate double Dragon. Actually, I can just go Salamence King Gambit. Right? Does that work? Alright, this looks absolutely terrible, but we're going to put some EV spreads in, guys. I'll be back in, like, 2 seconds. Spreads have now been added. I did switch Throat Chop out from Ice Fang to Throat Chop. I didn't like the damage roll on the Dragapult stuff with the Ice Fang, so it made no sense. At least this way, if they've already teared, the Throat Chop actually gets to KO. Hit some other things like Goldango and stuff that you never know. It's always nice to hit those ghost types, right? So decent coverage there. Other than that, it's just 252, 252, guys. I can probably play around with it, but I don't see a real reason to like, let's be a little slower. I mean, I could, and the bulk doesn't save me. I'm dying to any hit. So could be something. Well, actually, what I will do, actually looking upon further review, I'll go up to 139 there, at least for optimal life orb stuff. But I don't think that really matters too much on a piece like this. In terms of Magmar, guys, I just wanted as much defensive bulk as possible. Like I said, we're using this one specifically to beat those Dragapults, to beat those Rillabooms. So having all that physical bulk just makes so much more sense in my opinion. So we're just going to eat hits that way. I know a few of them are like modest and stuff like that for overheat damage calcs, but like I said, I wanted to eat hits. So we went with that. Then I wanted to outpace Pelipper. I shouldn't be bringing this Pokemon versus Pelipper. But in the off chance that I have to, being able to be faster than it is definitely something that I wanted to have as an option for us here. Other than that, it's just the bulk, the jump, I think, over here, max HP, a little bit in SPDF, and then I could honestly do that. Those numbers look prettier. Sure, why not? Sneasler, guys, is going to be just your standard Sneasler. I went Jolly. I could definitely go Adamant here because I have Salamence, but because I don't have Priority Tailwind, I feel like just a generally faster Sneasler is a better option for me into a lot of scenarios than anything else. So we'll run with that. Other than that, it's just your normal Sneasler, Terra Ghost, which could also be Stellar. I like Ghost to stop Fake Out. Could be anything. Direct Claw, Close Combat, Fake Out, Protect. Could go Coaching here, but there's not as much stuff that I really want to coach as general. Like I could coach the Barraskewda into Serena into King Gambit, but I'm faster than the Barraskewda. I don't think Sneasler Serena is winning games if I start coaching them, so it's probably less than ideal there. But we went AV Serena. And my concept of the Assault Vest Serena here was basically I don't want to Assault Vest on King Gambit because King Gambit's one of my key pieces that's actually going to be doing damage in a team like this. So I needed that bond to be the setup option. So I went with Serena over here with the AV because I like having an Assault Vest. I think it actually makes Serena go pretty well. The Pokemon has some decent bulk, decent stats on the offensive side. I went Trailblaze, and the concept with Trailblaze was, well, maybe they're going to give me a few free turns to just click Trailblaze. Sometimes, you know, all I need is 1 point of damage, and I need that 100% accurate attack. So instead of having to click Knockoff, I can now click Trailblaze, get a KO, and get that speed boost, right? I opted for 98 speed, so if I do manage to get 2 Trailblazes off, I am faster than the Dragapults, or the Adamant Dragapults, which is pretty cool. Other than that, nothing too crazy here. I could technically go a little faster, and capitalize off of Trailblaze a lot more. But I wanted to, once again, I don't think this team is getting knockouts immediately. So I think having the bulk on this team makes a little bit more sense in my opinion. I could very well be wrong. Maybe I'm just supposed to send it. But I don't know. So with a team like this, it's weird because I don't think I'm getting immediate knockouts. But I also think that like maybe I should be trying for immediate knockouts. Anyways, besides the point, King Gambit. This is your Black Glasses King Gambit, guys. I went Zoom. I went 85. That's basically hitting 170 into Tailwind that Salamence has. And that's going to allow me to outpace those Garchomps under Tailwind, which definitely is something that's cool because it allows me to not have to Terra. So I can just go Swords Dance, Tailwind, and then just drop Kowtow Cleaves into the Garchomps if they switch in after. Right? It just means that I don't have to, I can just keep my Steel typing if I need to. Not necessarily massive, but it's decent, especially pairs synergy with the Tailwind. I went some random Salamence that the Life Orb was over here on Barraskewda, and I didn't really want to do like anything like crazy on Salamence, so I just put a Rocky Helmet on it. It's a very good and consistent item right now, whether it's the pop bombs from the mice, whether it's just breaking sashes from fake outs and stuff like that, right? I could have gone like Covert Cloak Salamence, but I think this actually like scares them a little more because, hey, they may decide that they want to fake me out with their Sneasler. And if they do that, then they're losing their sash, right? Like give them a chance or not, like, you know, now I can switch it in and break a sash and stuff like that. I think Rocky Helmet's a cool item right now. Not sure if it's correct on this Ment per se. But then it's just Draco Meteor Air Slash for good coverage damage. And then Tailwind to Protect. I'm going to be honest with this one, guys. I slid numbers. I went 150 because this will... Oh, actually, you know what? No. Oh, I did slide numbers, but we're going to fix that. We're going to go to 151. 151... Actually, that ties Glamour. You know what? No. Max speed. Max speed modest. Let's go. So basically, I went 150 to outpace the Goldengos. So that way I could get Tailwind up and King Gambit could kill the Goldengo. Can't do that because then I'm speed tying with those max speed Archelodons that I don't really want to be seeing. So I went 151. I was like, wait a second, that speed ties Glamora. Not that Glamora is common, but we might as well play it safe and just outpace that one as well. So we're going to go max speed modest on events here. And other than that, just see how much damage we're really going to get here. I'm afraid that this team is just terrible. This was a cook that probably never should have left the builder, let alone be put on YouTube. But you know what? Let's see what happens. As always, guys, we will jump into a few best of one games. We actually got open team sheets accepted here, which is crazy. Once again, I think my rating on best of one is like crazy low because I just don't play it. So should be some fun games coming up right here. That is a Sneasler Skeleturge. Well, I can't get redirected by the Sneasler. That's kind of fun. Why does it have Nasty Plot? That's terrifying. Can I like just immediately stop Trick Room? Are they even going to be able to get Trick Room off? I don't think they can. I really wish I had a spread move though. A spread move would be so good right now. Because then I could just go Barraskewda plus spread move and just kill anything I want. Well, I can just go Barraskewda Serena. I'll go Sneasler, and I'm going to go King Gambit because, like I said, it's my big damage piece. And I definitely think it's valid here. I'm fine with this. They're going to get Trick Room up. Not much I can realistically do about that. I'm going to go out into King Gambit here. And I'm just going to send, honestly, I might just knock off this Hatterene. Just start doing something with this team. I don't know. Like, Serena's probably not doing much here. I'm going to get Terra Blasted here. Thank you, Serena. They do get Trick Room up, but I don't... Yeah, we're just cooked, right? Like, surely we're just cooked. All right, Sneasler, come on in and save me. Swords Dance up here. I'm just going to fake out to Serena. I don't think it's a terrible play. We have a focus sash, so if Gyarados does queue up the Airstream, I'm stuck in Dynamax era, guys. If it does queue up the Terra Blast into this Sneasler, we will at least live. I can double protect off next turn. Sinister can come in. That's a relatively fine switch. I'm not overly concerned about it. And they just Waterfall King Gambit. So they're going to leave me on the board with a +2 King Gambit now. Going to drop a Kowtow into you. And honestly, I think I'm just going to start Dire Clawing. I need to find a way to pull myself back into this game. King Gambit can definitely win this game still. Just out of nature of what King Gambit can potentially do here. I don't want to give them a chance to set up any sort of nasty plot onto Sinistra. So Gyarados is just going to go down immediately. They are just going to send a Machagacha though, so I could have probably double protected. No burn, which is very nice. Sneasler is going to get the Para, which is actually worse. How do I want to play this? So they do have Earthquake. I'm going to protect. I might sack Barraskewda here. Yeah. They are going to Rage Powder. That's fine. They're going to Earthquake themselves. Barraskewda is going to be alive, which was not really planned that way for me. But I'm assuming now we're just going to see another Earthquake. So I think it's in my best interest to just let that happen. Protect my Barraskewda. And if they let me Sucker Punch the Luna, I will take it. I don't think they will. Oh! But if we get the paralysis, they will definitely be letting me Sucker Punch the Luna. So now Sinister goes down nice and low. Do we win this? There's no shot we just won this because of that para. I think we did. Because they cannot redirect, so I just kill you and I kill you. I have enough health that, like, Ursaluna's gone. I'll take the Life Orb chip, but I'll be alive. And then Dire Claw comes out, hits the Sinistra, and we should just be able to double Hatterene and win. I don't think the Hatterene can live this. They have already Terra'd. Yeah, no, we're fine. Cool. At least I think we're fine. Dire Claw should get this kill. Let's go, Sneasler. Okay, we've got an actual team this time, which is definitely something fun to see. Now, the fun part here is they cannot redirect to get Trick Room up in front of my Barraskewda. So I can technically, in theory, lead like Barraskewda Serena and be okay. Or I could lead Barraskewda King Gambit, bait the because I want to force that into. I want instant on the board somewhere, right? So I'm gonna lead Barraskewda Gambit, bait that, try to switch in Serena and see what I can do with that. And I think it's just Sneasler for fake out purposes. Yeah, it's a little weird though. Okay, that's fine. They do get the special attack download boost, which maybe I should have considered. Really didn't think they were going to lead Flamigo into me, but Like, if I would have just let Barraskewda, they were kind of cooked. Okay, gonna ignore the Flamigo, I think. Actually, I could double and kill it. I could just kill Flamigo, but then I'm giving him trick. I'll do it. Why not? Like, I could just kill Flamigo. Yes, now they're gonna get Trick Room up. And yes, this is gonna be a pain. But for right now, we're going to try and cycle our way out of this one. Barraskewda is going to come on out into Sneasler to try to get fake out on the board. And I think I'm definitely going to go for this. And I think I'm just going to... I don't want a Swords Dance. Although maybe I'm supposed to. I worry that they're going to Terra. Like that they're just going to send a Terra Dark. Terra Fighting. So I guess into Sneasler and Protect is kind of lame though. Okay. Okay, you know what? Things could have been a whole lot worse here. Terra Blast going right into King Gambit now. That's fine. Burn onto your Luna. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is fake out the Luna and bring in Serena. And the concept now is just to get out of Trick Room, and that's gonna be the task at hand here. If we can remove ourselves from Trick Room, we're in a good spot. It might involve sacking Barraskewda. The question is, do they expect Terra Ghost on Sneasler right now? Because if I can Terra Ghost Sneasler right now, I'm actually potentially getting out of Trick Room and doing big damage this turn. So like, I think there's a chance where going for this actually makes a lot of sense. And then like, if they just give me the Power Whip, they give me the Power Whip. But they're going to Earthquake themselves. That's not going to kill Serena. So now they have to pick. And they do opt for this Serena. That's fine. And I didn't need, I guess, to waste my Terra. But Close Combat goes out that way. And now I get double Protect if I want it. I guess they're just always getting Trick Room back up now though, right? Because they're going to recover. Okay, I'm going to go Gambit, and I'm going to try and catch them here. So what I'm going to try and do is give myself a position where they're going to recover, and they're going to kill off my Sneasler with what I can only hope is like an Earthquake, but they're not going to Earthquake here. Sack Barraskewda and Protect. Oh. Okay. They're going to recover, aren't they? See, I don't know about that. I feel like they need to put on pressure there. Like, okay, cool. You got your piece on the field, but that is... Well, it's bad for me now, but like I could have just stayed on with Sneasler and attacked like I wanted to, and they would have kind of been cooked. But I really thought it was always just attack, put pressure on with the Ursa Luna as Porygon 2 recovers, and then you just get Trick Room back up. But I guess I got that a little wrong, which upon further review might just kind of cost me this entire set. I'm going to hope that they give me this. Yep. Yep. So I have to go fake out into Amoonguss now. And if they try to kill Sneasler, maybe the liquidation can go. Come on, Barraskewda. You're better than that, buddy. You're better than that, buddy. I think they're going to recover, so I'm going to SD. That's fine, too. Spore Barraskewda. Okay. Okay. I don't think there's a chance. But maybe we can claw our way out of this. Protect, protect. I have to go for the double. Because they're going to redirect. What I need them to do is to, like, Earthquake themselves. But I don't know if they're going to. Let's try this. Okay. They do Earthquake themselves, so I should have gone for the double. They do crit. Now there's no world in which they're ever going to Earthquake themselves. I'm always dead to anything Ursa Luna goes for, so. Had I gone for the double, I may have actually had a chance, which is kind of funny. Okay, so we got two, like, actual teams. I would have loved to pull, like, the Dragapult team, but I guess we can't pull that. Maybe we'll pull it in the best of 3. That'll be cool. This one, though, is just a little awkward to play. I think I'm going to go Sneasler King Gambit and just try to set up and sweep. Obviously, I'm not going to get sheets, unfortunately, but I'm just going to assume, like, the normal stuff with, like, either Specs or Sash over here, and then just, you know, Lumberry, Life Form. I'm just going to assume normal until proven otherwise. Is it a Magmar angle here? I don't think so, because obviously they're going to leverage Chomper. I'm going to go, actually, I'm going to lead, like, I want Serena. Maybe Serena King Gambit with Sneasler in the back. And then I think it is Magmar, just because it does a whole lot better in the Ninetales stuff, and it's actually a switch-in. But this is where Serena comes in handy, because I have Triple Axle. So I'm going to send a Triple Axle immediately into the Dragonite. I should be faster. I can probably slower than it. Do I want to Terra Water and commit? Yeah, I'll commit. You know what? I'll commit and just protect over here. Oh. Really? I'm alive with Serena, though, so that's okay. Triple Axle 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess they don't know I'm slower with Serena, right? Because Serena could be built faster than Dragonite, and I figure it's like a bulky. Yeah, maybe that was a misplay on my end, going for the Terra there, right? Because like I know I'm slower, but they have no way to know that I'm slower than that Dragonite, right? So that's definitely something I probably could have tidied up there, but. What we got as the last one here? 90s. Yeah, see, and I didn't really deal with the threat, which was Garchomp. And now I'm kind of just cooked. Okay, I have to sack Magmar and Serena, and then hope Sneasler Gambit can tidy. If I get a chance, I'll Triple Axle the Chomper. I'm not going to, but if I get the chance, I will. And since I just protected over here, I got to sack Magmar. Oh! I'm surprised that killed Serena, so that can only mean that it's definitely going to be Specs. So I'm okay with it being Specs because that's going to be AV, unfortunately. I'm just going to protect, and I'm going to go for the burn on this King Gambit slot. This is still winnable. Somehow. Yeah, they can go. Oh, their Terra Dark AV is the normal. Yeah, Blizzard comes out. Magmar hitting the Wisp. Is it a low kick? It is going to be that low kick. Beautiful. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Swords Dance up, and this is going to have to be King Gambit sweeping this endgame. So I'm also going to follow me and just redirect this damage out into the Magmar. And what I'm playing to is Sneasler King Gambit sweep in the end. So Blizzard comes out. There's obviously ways that this backfires on me. Thankfully, it didn't happen right there. And they're just going to low kick. Beautiful. So I still have a Magmar. What I might do now is just protect and drop an Overheat into this Ninetales. It's just start eliminating chances of me being able to get frozen. Blizzard's coming out into Magmar. Overheat into Ninetales. Does actually get the KO. Is Magmar good, guys? Guys, is Magmar good? I do need to see. I don't know if Sucker Punch actually kills Garchomp. It's tipped down though, right? Oh, it's not Life Orb. I think I just Sucker Punch anyways. And I'm actually going to protect the Magmar here. And my concept here is that if I can keep Magmar alive beside Sneasler, I'm allowed to just kill Garchomp with the Sneasler next turn to eliminate potential to eliminate the fact that I could hit Garchomp and only have Sneasler and then die to the Gambit. So I don't actually get the KO on Chomp. They are just going to Earthquake themselves. Okay. And now there's that low kick. That's fine. Sneasler in. I wonder if that's banded, Garchomp. I can't help but wonder if that's banded. See, so if it's banded right now, my best play is to double protect. I don't think it's banded, because I feel like if it was banded, the Helping Hand Earthquake would have done a lot more to Serena. I think I just fake out the Chomp, because that should kill from this range. If they protect, then I don't lose my Rough Skin, and I'll just send an Overheat into the Gambit. Okay, Garchomp's gone. I do get Rough Skinned, but I don't think a Burned King Gambit can ever kill Sneasler. That Overheat did negative damage, so that does confirm AV over there. But like I said, a Burned King Gambit is never killing Sneasler. We'll go Dire Claw because it's funny, and we'll take this one. I guess in theory it's better for me to Rage Powder there just in to follow me just in case, but we'll take our dub. All right, well, this one's going to be interesting. Sneasler Blood Moon stuff is probably something that I think should be like picking up in usage almost, because I feel like it's a cool concept. Obviously Sneasler's not going anywhere, right? But Blood Moon has been criminally underused in this format, right? Like, I think people are just looking for a new way to find it. So seeing Blood Moon here is kind of scary. Obviously you've got like the Tailwind stuff. I don't know if I can necessarily keep up with the Tailwind, because I really can't just like justify bringing Salamence, especially with like, you know, Defiant King Gambit on their side of the field. I'm gonna lead Serena. Like, I'm gonna go Serena Sneasler. Obviously it's Covert Cloak on Ducat, but Serena Sneasler feels incredible into this at least. I do want to try and get Barraskewda somewhere onto the board here. If it's not like max speed on the Ursa Luna, I'm actually faster than it with Barraskewda as well, which is very interesting. Definitely something to note. And I think I'm just going to try for King Gambit for like Sucker Punch stuff. But it's going to be Whimsicott Blood Moon. They're going to look at my team and say Caught Blood Moon every single time. That's what I would look at and say every single time as well. But now I just get Fake Out into the Blood Moon if I want it. But that just gives them like free stuff. So like, I feel like I'm just going to close combat the Blood Moon and triple axle the... could start Trailblazing actually. It's kind of funny. So basically what I'm expecting here... I'm going to close combat. Oh, that's not what I was expecting at all. Anyways, here's a close combat. Ursa Luna is getting chipped super low. Trailblaze, we could have just doubled the Ursa Luna, but I'll take the speed boost, I guess. And then Blood Moon comes out. Does not kill the bulky Serena. Okay, nice. That was not the way I expected that turn to go, but I think, like, it makes sense, sort of. So they go back into the cot. So they can't Fake Out, which is actually incredibly nice, right? So I think because of that, I might, like, try to just see if a triple axial can kill Sneasler, as a Dire Claw hopefully goes into the Whimsicott. Yeah. Sure. Of course. Things were going too well. Things were going all too well. Anyway, Sneasler gets hit down there. Rillaboom does hit the board on their end. I have a Barraskewda in the back. So as weird as this sounds, I'm going to try and play to a spot where King Gambit comes in, and I'm just going to Dire Claw. That's fine. And now kill my Sneasler. Well, you still can. Or not. Sure. What I was going for was maybe Sneasler dying, bring in Barraskewda, and then swap Serena back in to deal with the Rillaboom, right? But unfortunately, they didn't give me that. So I'll just Sucker Punch the Sneasler here in hopes of waking up with Sneasler. Okay. That's fine. Did I wake up with my Sneasler? I did. Dire Claw coming on out. That did way too much damage. And we got a poison. Beautiful. All right. Didn't need the Barraskewda there, but it could have been definitely coming in handy. So once again, I think Sneasler Serena is definitely my best option here. We might see like Hisui and Arcanine hit the board now. But I definitely don't want to be leading King Gambit, because if they just go with the Blood Moon stuff again, it's a little spooky. So I'm going to kind of do the exact same thing and see if I can hold out. They do go Caught Arcanine. Okay. So I could have went King Gambit and just punished them immensely. But there's Citrus Berry stuff, so I'm not as concerned. I'm just going to drop a Dire Claw into the Whimsicott. I think I'm very much so inclined to go ahead and do that. I'll bring in Barraskewda. It's probably going to die to a Flare Blitz anyways. But this basically forces, this is saying, Whimsicott, you better be clicking Tailwind here. And if you don't, well then, you're dying or switching out. Both of which I think I'm fine with. This would have been a good game to have Salamence. But I think it's okay. Okay. Okay, they do Tailwind. I was going to say, did they just give me exactly what I wanted here? But they do get the Tailwind up, so still a little bit spooky. So Serena was faster than the Blood Moon in game 1. Serena's sitting at 98 speed. 98 times 2 is not going to be faster than this Barraskewda. So my Barraskewda is going to be faster than the Ursa Luna right now, which is definitely what is interesting. I'm going to let the Arcanine be for now, and I'm going to go Liquidation into this Ursa Luna, I think. They don't have priority block, so I'm also going to just go ahead and drop a... I might just double the Luna. They can protect. I'm going to close combat the Arc. That's fine. I should have Dire Clawed the Arcanine. Would have gone crazy. Anyways, Liquidation going to go out into Sneasler. Very, very good damage. And the close combat's coming out as well. So Arc could have been Dire Clawed there, but... honestly, I think I'm okay. This is just going to be a protect on my Barraskewda's end here. And I think I'm just going to let Sneasler go. I have Sucker Punch from King Gambit to presumably just win this game. I don't see how it does lose. So I'm just going to let this piece go down. If I manage to get an attack off with Sneasler, I'll kill their Sneasler. But the chances of me getting the attack aren't going to happen, right? Yeah. Now I bring in King Gambit. And the concept here is I get to Sucker Punch the Sneasler and just... I think a close combat's in my best interest into the Arcanine. And then I'll just Terra Dark so I don't die to Flare Blitz and then sucker the Sneasler. And they just can't get out of Tailwind. Why did Barraskewda work so well? What's up with this? Flare Blitz goes into my Dark type now. That's fine. Close combat should be enough to kill this Arc. Yeah. Alright, Barraskewda kind of going crazy right now, guys. Barraskewda kind of going a little bit crazy. Liquidation, go. Kowtow Cleave, go. I have Serena in the back, which we know is faster. Otherwise, technically, the optimal play for me is to Sucker Punch. Right, the optimal play and the way to speed this up is to Sucker Punch. But I really want Barraskewda to get the KO. So we're going to let Barraskewda get the KO. And we know Serena, like I said, is faster. So worst case scenario, they had like Hyper Voice killed both. Serena was still winning that game, so it's okay. All right, wrapping this one up here. Salamence felt pretty useless entirely. It was bad. I played a couple games trying to fish for the Dragapult matchup. Unfortunately, I never found it. Overall, though, the team was pretty good. I think a lot of it was honestly like the Magmar Gambit Sneasler mode. I don't know how much of that was like, yeah, Barraskewda was the difference on this team. But when it did come into games, it actually did do some decent things. Like, it missed a few KOs, but it's a Barraskewda. I kind of expected it to. But overall, especially in that last game 2 of that best of 3 there, it actually did work. Put in a lot of things. It was still faster than things in Tailwind as well, which may be reason to start going into 206 as well. Could be something to consider. I don't know what you'd exactly hit with that speed tier, but overall, I definitely think that's definitely a cool concept to have. I like the Barraskewda. I thought it was cool. I think it's not the team for it. I definitely think there's a better team out there to put a Barraskewda on. But in my 10 minutes of cooking at the beginning of the video, this is what we came up with. It was functional. It worked a lot better than I thought it was going to work. But like I said, a lot of that was the Sneasler, was that King Gambit. Either way, Barraskewda was fun. Feel free to try it out. I do not recommend trying this team. It's bad. Don't do it. But Barraskewda itself did feel pretty good. With that, though, if you guys do enjoy this type of content, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Of course, it does help out the channel. But with that, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in a future video.